EOS Utility opens up a whole new way to shoot video. It allows directors of photography, photographers, and camera assistants to control cameras during video capture directly from a computer. You have the same ability to view and control all the camera functions that you do while shooting stills when you're shooting video, assuming the camera body has video capability. EOS Utility is a free alternative to an expensive external monitor. There's no need to purchase an additional monitor because you already have your computer to use as the external monitor for your clients to view the shoot. Shooting with EOS Utility also gives you the ability to control focus, exposure, white balance, and record directly from your camera's LCD screen while your clients view the images on your computer. If you use the HDMI port and an external video monitor, you effectively disable the LCD screen on the camera. When you use the computer you already own as your client's viewing monitor, you retain the ability to view the image on both the computer and the camera LCD. And you can still control all of your camera functions directly from your camera's LCD screen. If you already have a computer and the USB cable and software supplied with your camera, there's no need to purchase anything else. You already have everything that you need. Color balancing a gray or white card before you shoot is simple, and it also eliminates the need to color correct in post, which forces you to throw away valuable data. Shooting DSLR video is 8-bit capture, so it's very much like shooting JPEG with stills. In order for you to have the maximum amount of data to work with in post-production, you have to nail the exposure and color balance before you shoot. Following a disciplined method of color balancing and checking exposure before you shoot ensures that you'll have the largest dynamic range possible to work with for grading your video, giving you the best possible quality in your video files. Working alone and recording video can be a difficult proposition, but when you use Live View in EOS Utility, it's easy to adjust composition and get accurate focus as you're viewing the shot, and all while you're in the shot directly from the monitor. I used it to record and control the video capture for the introduction video from this series. I was able to control the composition, viewing the shot to be recorded from the location I was going to be photographed in, saving me from having to walk back and forth to the camera and having to guess my position in the frame. It enabled me to crop tightly, and I knew I was getting everything I needed, and all while I was checking focus and exposure from 3 remote cameras. This gave me the ability to control and record the video myself without incurring the additional cost of camera operators. EOS Utility can also control all of your camera functions from your computer wirelessly using the WFT utility and the appropriate wireless controller from your camera. Whether you're in a studio or working outdoors on location, an ad hoc wireless connection allows you to connect from your WFT device to the computer's wireless network without a standalone accessory receiver such as an access point. And you have all the same controls you do connected with a USB cable. EOS Utility is especially invaluable when you can't get directly behind the camera to control it. In this video setup in my consultation room, I was able to clearly see and control the camera movement, focus, and exposure while using a Cinovate slider and working alone. Even though the camera had to be positioned right up against the wall with the widest lens I had, I was able to accurately view what the camera was seeing. In this footage at a coffee roasting house, we had to shoot while they were doing business. So we had to be very aware of the customers having first priority and not being disturbed. As a result, we didn't have the ability to take all the room we would have liked for our setup. So being able to operate in a somewhat stealth mode and control the camera wired from a distance was very helpful. Using the EOS WFT utility gives you the ability to position the camera in one location and control focus from another, up to 300 feet. We used it on this family shoot at my studio and set up a remote camera controlling it from over 60 feet away from the actual camera. And not being behind the camera allowed our clients to forget about it after a while. It also gave the children an opportunity to really ham it up once they saw they were being recorded and that there wasn't any adult telling them what they could and couldn't do behind the camera. This setup made for some spectacular shots we couldn't have gotten any other way. I'm actually considering using this setup to create an additional product offering to my clients. After all, who wouldn't love to have footage like this of their family on a photo session? There are many other applications for using the wireless WFT utility. You can use it on a wedding and set up a remote camera behind the altar or up in the balcony of the ceremony where you wouldn't be allowed to stand, and control focus and exposure from your location. You can do the same thing at a reception, and it gives you the additional advantage of having views that no other amateur photographers will have. You're in total control of your images, and only you will have them. You can set it up in any remote location that you can imagine and trigger the camera from a different location, while still retaining full camera control. And because you're using Canon lenses, you can focus both manually or in autofocus modes, eliminating the need for an expensive and bulky lens focus motor. And you can control exposure without any additional f-stop wireless receivers or power cables. All you need is the WFT utility and the appropriate wireless controller for your camera. The possibilities are endless.